Hello everyone and welcome back to the first ever episode of High Stakes Saturdays. Yes, that's right. We are here today playing some $5, $10 no limit Texas Hold'em on ultimatepoker.com. Yeah, I figured we've been doing some videos, high stakes occasionally, but I actually kind of feel like it would be cool to do high stakes videos every Saturday. You know, just 20, 30 minutes or so. We hang out, we play some higher stakes, talk about what's going on, and just go from there. So I figured that's what we would do, a little something different. Hope you guys like it. Can't imagine people will be too upset. It's high stakes poker, you know? I mean, it's the closest thing to real high stakes poker that you guys get to see these days. So hang out, make some bluffs, play sheriff a little bit. You know, figure, hey, why not? So yesterday I streamed an hour and a half of tournament poker over on twitch.tv. I reposted that yesterday. It's Friday Night Live. So we do Friday Night Live. We do high stakes Saturdays. You know, we've got some shows going on now, you know. I'm kind of liking how it's all evolving, you know. So, yeah, that was yesterday. We did that for an hour and a half. Been playing a little bit of poker these days, but not as much as I was like even a month ago. I was playing like every single day. I was playing 25-50 or something like that, but haven't played that high stakes in a while. Kind of miss it a little bit. I wish the games were still going, but I've been busy with other things, lots of business things, and I just hope I hope half of the things that I am fairly sure will happen. I mean, I'm pretty sure everything that I'm working on right now will happen, but if half of it happens, it would be so cool, and I can't wait to share that with you guys. I'm really excited about it. I mean, I've been teasing these things for a while now, but everything's so awesome right now. I didn't go to that tournament in Florida. I did invest a lot in it, but I know there's that big tournament in Florida, and I'd really like to go and compete, and I still want to like win and perform in that arena. But I just had too much going on here in Vegas. There were too many things I just had to do, you know, too many things I just had to keep an eye on or keep track of. I've got so many different business things that require some amount of attention. So I think we're going to end up calling here. I know this hand's a little bit on the loose side, but how bad could it be? You know, we'll splash around and see a flop. What do we care? 50 bucks? All right, let's do it. Let's see a flop dealer. Not the best of flops to kick us off here with for our first flop of the session. Don't love our chances here. He also bets quite a lot, so I think we're just done with it at this point. All right, we had our fun. $50 that we'll never see again. Peace out. Enjoy it. Over to the guy with the cat avatar, no less. Oh my God, brutal. So William Reynolds opens under the gun. That is Reynolds XO over there. I think we'll defend here with ace-7 offsuit in the big blind. Don't see why not. Not the best flop or the worst flop with ace-7. We've got a solidly mediocre hand that is likely the best hand, but not by much. I think we have an option here to either check call or check raise. Check folding would be, you know, get out of here with your check folding. I think I'm going to start with call. Don't really think I've actually ever played with William before, so I think probably going to start with check calling. I definitely think he bets here more often than like we were seeing at earlier limits. At this point, I think it's unlikely he folds a hand better than ours. Possible that he bluffs with worse, but don't think he calls. Don't think he calls us with ace-4, ace-5. Although I guess he might. That'd be a sick value bet here with like $22 and plan to check call. Goes check. So we probably win. All right. So we do ship that over there off William, Mr. Reynolds, as it were. King 4 offsuit here in the small blind. Probably just going to be folding this. So the plan for the next week, I've actually got a bunch of cool things happening. My production crew from the summer is coming back, so it's not exactly. I personally am super excited to see what we can accomplish, given that we have so much less restrictions. It's just going to be basically me and my crew. We have so many good ideas for different content and shows and stuff, and they'll all be like cinematic, awesome. I'm actually really excited about that. I think the way that I kind of see this channel developing is that we'll be doing like a majority content will be poker, but there'll also be a minority content of other things. I've been streaming some League of Legends. I've been I want to do some cool like exploratory meet people, go to cool places videos like that, mix in some magic every now and again, you know, and just generally have fun. We hang out, we do some cool UFC things, talk MMA. That is what I would like for my life. Basically, to take the life that I have off video and just put it on video. So, because that's pretty much what I do: gamble, gamble, video games, and watch fights. Sometimes I do all these things at once. Sometimes I just do two of the things. Sometimes just one of the things. So that's my plan for the next few weeks of content and beyond. So really excited about my production crew getting here Sunday. So there'll be cool new videos coming for you guys sometime early next week, mid next week. Let's not put too much pressure on my fella over there. In the big blind, 10 queen offsuit. Probably going to see a flop here. Over to Greyhound on the button. $20 dealer. All right, we'll probably be calling. I actually think we might raise, given the call between, I think that our hand is good enough that this player is going to be really wide and Queen 10 is going to be a slight favorite against that. But I think making it 80 makes it tougher for him to play against this. I think it puts us usually in a spot where we're either heads up with overlay or in position against him. So we do get the first of those options. Don't hate this flop. It's not bad for us as the pre-flop re-raiser. So we'll be starting with a bet. $90. $90 dealer. Let's see what he does. If he calls, we're not necessarily done with the hand. Although obviously I'm not thrilled to see him call. I think we're gonna do one more bet here, and I think this often enough will get him to fold hands that are just like 2 7s, 2 5s, 2 8s. He may fold the hand even as good as like ace 5 sometimes. If he calls us here, we're just done with the hand no matter what comes on the river. I mean, doesn't look like he's going to believe us this time, so we do lose this pot here. But I don't think I hate how we played this hand. I mean, I think it's reasonable enough. We just re-raised and fired twice, so didn't win it this time, but don't think there's anything too bad about it. Pocket 10s now in the small blind. We will probably be re-raising if one of these guys opens. If it folds to us, I'm not sure what we'll do. Maybe we'll limp. Maybe we'll raise. We'll have to see. Greyhound's over there just like fist pumping, high-fiving all his friends. Oh yeah, we got him good. He had nothing. Yeah, you got me. All right, well, we'll be re-raising here. Not folding if we get re-raised. I think 66 is a fine number to make it. Could have made it 70 or something like that, but I think 66 is just fine. The man with the cat avatar is thinking deeply as to what to do over there. If he re-raises, we're just all in. Hand's too good to fold. Too good to fold, don't want to call. That only leaves one option. He says, not for me, so he gives it back up to us. So we're stuck like $300, but I'm not concerned at this point. King 5 suited here on the button. Once Cat Ryan decides to fold his hand. Okay, we will call instead. Fine with me. $20. Take it. Enjoy it. Let's see the flop. Let's see 3. Tank, 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 tank. Call. All right. That is a pretty good flop for the King 5. The King 5 of diamonds. If checks to us, we will bet. If someone bets into us, we will probably consider raising. Considering we don't have that much, I think I kind of like raising here. It looks like we could just be attacking. I mean, I think if he has anything decent, he's not going anywhere, and this even kind of looks a little suspicious because it's basically like we're min-raising. So we could definitely be attacking here with some hands that are not super strong. So I'm happy with the raising. If Cat Ryan re-raises, you can guess what we'll do. We'll be giving him the business. He does decide to call, though. Not really too many turn cards that would scare me. Certainly not a 9. I think we're going to be betting. I mean, clearly we'll be betting. The question is, how much will we be betting? I think we could bet like 210. They did just see us bet 210 and then fold to a shove. I think I'm going to try this 190 thing. I think this is fine. I mean, maybe we could have bet a little bit less. I don't really know any of these opponents, obviously, so it's hard to say exactly what the best thing is to do. So he check calls us twice, so it's possible that he has us beat in some universe, but, I mean, I'm not doing anything besides wagering all the rest of my chips. If he has us beat somehow, it would be some sort of a weird miracle that he played his hand this way and somehow has us beat. 337. If he has a hand like King Jack, you would think that he would probably be able to fold that at this point, because what are we doing? How are we bluffing in this situation? He does call. Pocket eight's no good, sir. Ship the bucks. 1300's clean, sweet little double up there with the King 5 suited. Down 300, up 300. That seems fair enough. All right. Up a little bit here. The old King 5 ball taking us to Profit Town. Up sweet $300. So apparently at like 2 a.m. tonight Pacific time, the new Final Fantasy MMO is coming out, and I have heard zero about it, but I'm always a fish for newly launched MMOs. I've played, actually, it's probably embarrassing if I actually went through how many MMOs that I've played at launch and then like never played a week later. I played Guild Wars 2. I played that one that was like, what was the one before that was really popular that I'm for sure that I paid the maximum amount of money to get in as early as possible for, and like I'm sure I paid for like all the mounts and those silly things. Whatever that game was, I'm bricking so hard on the name, but it was supposed to be like the WoW killer, and of course it wasn't. I'm bricking on the name of the MMO that came out before then that I was really excited about. But yeah, I played that for like a whole 2 weeks. 20, 30, I could make it 40. Could make it 40, but I think I'm just going to fold. I could call also, but that gives Greyhound the option to give us the real business. Talk about putting us in the cage. When we cold call 20 more with 7-8, and then he just makes it like 80, and we're just like, well, I guess we're seeing the flop, boys. Anyway, so there was that game, which name I'm bricking on right now, but it was like a one-name word. I'm sure everyone will know what it is, but I'm not remembering. And then I played WoW for a long time. I played Dark Age of Camelot. I played that. Yes, I played that game a lot. That was fun. I played Asheron's Call. I played Asheron's Call 2, I think, for a little bit, right? I think I played that game for a slight amount of time. I'm sure if we keep going back, but all these games I played for fairly small windows. The only MMO that I really put a ton of time into was World of Warcraft. I don't think I ever played anything else for massive amounts of time. But I'm going to try out this Final Fantasy 14 for a little bit. Why not? Why not? Give it a try. Haven't played a Final Fantasy in forever. I used to be a big fan. I've beaten 10, 7, 11. I think I beat 11. Did I beat 11? I either beat 11 or got far into 11. I'm actually maybe doubting that. But I at least beat 7 and 10. I'm 100% on 7 and 10. Never played 8. Don't think I ever played 9. And then I think I've only played a little bit of ones after that. I'm a fan, you know? I'm a fan. It gets me. Those long open world, well, sometimes they're open world, I guess. Those long RPGs, they get me. I can't deny it. All right, we'll be raising here with ace jack offsuit. I think min raising is fine, given the short stack and the big blind. I think we can make it 20 here. We were going to have position in this hand for sure. We will not be folding no matter what happens pre-flop. I mean, I guess we could fold if Greyhound made it like 800. Definitely not folding to Cat Ryan over there. We have two paths here. Two viable paths of profit. We could either call, which has some benefits, and we could re-raise, which has some benefits. I think I'm happy just calling. I mean, I don't think this player is going to be like super clowning around in there. I think like there's a very little chance that we have to call this, obviously. I think there's very little chance that if we re-raise pre-flop that we're going to just be getting it in smashingly well very often. We got it in bad here, but I don't think we couldn't really do much else besides that. We can't really fold pre-flop, I don't think, and post-flop, obviously, once you flop the ace, there's nothing you can do. You got to just call at that point. So I think that's fine. I think re-raising pre-flop, though, is just probably a mistake because it's not like he has ace-10 very often. You know, I have no reason to suspect that he'll have ace-10 or like king-jack or something like that, right? So if he can't have hands like that, then I think it makes most sense to just call, see a flop, and then go from there. Once in a while, we'll win unimproved. You know, like once in a while it comes 6, 7, 8, and he has ace-queen in check folds or ace-king maybe even in check folds. And every once in a while, I think we make better decisions in position there, and might as well use our position and just call. So I feel good about that, even though it cost us $300. Who cares? Enjoy it, you know? Take it, love it, whatever. Keep it. 10-8 offsuit in the small blind, going to be playing the spot if it folds to us. If it folds to us, will it be in there? Greyhound's just amazed. Ace Jack. What was this guy thinking? All right, we'll call here up against Mr. Reynolds in the big blind. Going to be calling against the raise, of course. Let's see a flop. Not the best flop for the 10-8 offsuit. Still might win this hand, though. I feel like this is not the worst board for us to potentially think about doing something aggressive on. I assume I don't know how well that I don't know what my image is here. I don't really know what, if anything, I'm being expected to do in this case. Like, I don't think we really have much of a history, so I'm not really quite sure what to make of this. So I'm going to try check raising here. I think we're risking 110 to win basically 110. I think we win this more than that enough of a time math-wise to show a profit. It's obviously not the best thing to do, and he can combat this very well by just calling, and we're probably going to give up on most turn cards that aren't like diamonds and stuff like that. I actually think his re-raise here is pretty good. He definitely can be light. You know, there's no reason to assume that we're actually like beat here, but I'm just gonna fold at this point. You know, we just did a one-off. We tried to check raise. He decided not to let us. I'm okay with it. I mean, I think that it still probably shows a profit. Yeah, he did bluff us with the queen jack, but you know, we didn't have anything either. I mean, I'm suspicious of it. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think there's any reason to assume that he is going to automatically always attack us with there, even though we are light there more often than not. We do have plenty of flush draws. We have, you know, I think we check raise there fairly narrowly enough that it's fine. He might not necessarily be aware of what that line means for us. The limp call pre he might interpret that to be weaker than it probably actually is, but it's fine. I think I'm fine with it. We learned a little bit. We took a shot. I think math-wise it's probably fine anyway. So we took a shot. Didn't work out. Back on the grind. I think I like his play. I think that's also fine. Although I actually think he could also call and not just re-raise. But I think it's obviously fine to re-raise as well. We'll make it 25 here because big blind is a little bit bigger. Could also make it 30. I think 25 is fine though. Once again, we have position here. Over to Greyhound in the small blind. All right, let's see a flop. Pretty good start for us with ace-king. Happy flopping pairs, of course. Going to start out with a bet. If he check raises, we're going to call. If he check calls, we're probably betting almost every turn card. I mean, maybe like, pretty much everything. All right, we'll probably play here for another 2 orbits or so. I think we've been playing for about 20 minutes at this point, so hopefully we can get a little bit of profit going before we wrap this video up. This first ever high-stakes Saturday. First ever. I mean, we did a 5-10 video before, and we did I think actually we've just done that one 5-10 video before. In this case, I think you could argue for a lot of different things, re-raising or calling. Given that we're only playing a short session, I think I don't really like re-raising, and I think we can fold this once in a while. I mean, what am I saying? Let's not fold. Let's see a flop. Let's see a flop. We have an ace in the big blind. How bad could it be? We could also re-raise, but you know, like I said, I'm not really necessarily in love with that plan. Given that we're playing a short session, I don't think we need to be super aggressive pre-flop for any particular reason. We do pick up that pot anyway, though. Oh, we're $6 away from being in profit. Well, $6 away from being even. $7 from profit, but pretty close. Queen 8 offsuit here in the small blind. If it folds to us again, we will be calling, much like the last hand that we played, blind versus blind. If Cat Ryan opens, we will just be folding. We've got all the plans figured out already. We've got all the plans in the world. All right, fold. Tank, 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 tank. $20.50. Okay, sure. If that's what you want to do, sounds good to me. On the button here. Oh, well, it would be 3-handed now. Greyhound has decided that he's sitting out. All right, 3-handed with a suited hand, so I'll probably play a full another orbit, I suppose. Starting out with a raise, fold, fold. All right. $4 in profit. What are we getting? What can we get with $4 profit? We can pay half our big blind, just about. That's about it. Ace-6 offsuit again in the big blind. We'll probably be doing the same defending. Certainly defending here. Could also re-raise, which is fine. Actually, I think I might even just try to re-raise. Okay, let's call. It's very close either way. I think I'm fine with either decision. Neither one can be that bad. They're both probably very similar to the same value. On this flop, I think you could argue for both check raising and check calling. I think I'd prefer to check raise just because I think I don't really want to be in a situation where I'm check calling and then probably check calling and then not really sure what to do. I think I'd rather just be the check raiser and get him to fold some hands that are just overcards. It kind of prevents us from being bluffed a little bit. We kind of represent, this is kind of one of those weird hands that, you know, okay, and he calls. Interesting. At this point, I'm not really sure. There were a lot more thoughts I was having with the flop check raise, but because this is live, we're on the turn now. I think I'm going to start the check here. I don't think if he has any hands that are like diamonds or gut shots or anything like that, I'm fairly confident that he won't fold those to a bet now anyway, and I don't really want to bloat the pot any further. 10 on the river is not the greatest of cards. We now lose to any kind of Broadway combo draw. I think I'm going to start with a check. We do beat some hands that are diamonds, but we lose to like 9x and king x's, stuff like that. Ace 9 makes sense. So I think I like how I played that hand. If the turn card was a little bit, I mean, he definitely folds hands like that. If we had known he had ace 9, we could have got away with being aggressive there. But in that particular instance, I think the way that the board exactly ran out with our exact hand, I think it's hard for us to win that pot there. We do pick up this pot here, though. Probably play for another orbit, I guess. Oh, we're heads up now, so I think we're probably not going to play heads up too long, just because this could be a battle, and I don't want to win like. No, I feel guilty if we like win, you know, 1,000 and then like video's over. Sorry, peace. I think I'd rather book the loss than potentially hit and run someone for heads up. 3-handed is fine. Heads up, you know. So I guess we'll play like 2 more hands, if he even will play me heads up, which I'm not 100% sure that he will. He does. Not saying that I think I'm better or worse than him. I just don't know if he might be playing 12 tables and doesn't want to play heads up. All right. Okay. Well, welcome to my life at High Stakes Poker. We've got no one wants to play with us here at Run It Up. I think it's the first time in all the videos that I've ever made that the game's just broke around us. It's just been like, all right. So we paid $75 for the pleasure of playing poker here for the last 30 minutes or whatever it was. I hope you guys enjoyed some, not really any like super interesting hands, but there is some stuff that was close. And, oh, he's sitting, but I doubt he's going to play. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll be back with more videos tomorrow. Hey, it's been great. We did a high stakes session. Let me know what you guys thought about High Stakes Saturday, and if you guys want to see more of this stuff, maybe I'll do a pre-record and then do videos later, just so I can kind of like pick good sessions that have things that happen instead of doing those live. Maybe that's a better idea. Whatever you guys think, let me know in the comments below, and I'll be back with more tomorrow. See you guys soon. Peace.